What do you know about the battle of the sexes?
Not too much. I know a little bit. I know tennis, man versus lady. That's about it.
Okay.
It was a big. I didn't know about the conspiracy. I knew more about the controversy.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew English for a second. You were struggling. All right. Okay. Controversy, conspiracy, same thing. Let's get into it. All right. So it was 1973. It was a couple tennis matches. But before we get to there, let's rewind it a year before that. 1972, Title IX. You know what that is?
Is that no? I have no clue. Is that a type of a tennis racket?
You unread heathen. Title IX was a law, bill that was passed that pretty much stated that government funding couldn't be discriminated against upon like gender. So it was a big thing for schools.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah, listen, this is the birth of female sports essentially, because it mainly works out with schools. Like when schools get funding for their programs or whatever. Athletics.
Oh, so before this, ladies just like wouldn't play sports
Yeah,
in school,
make America
or would
great
they have
again.
to join the boys' team? They had to Mulan it.
It was not a lot of options. Girls just weren't playing sports that often, or if they did, they weren't getting people just didn't respect their teams. There was no funding for them. No eyeballs on their sports.
When were there? When was it mostly like? When did black people start coming into sports? What year was that?
Which sport are we talking about?
When did they first start to come over to whatever sport?
It
When's Jackie Robinson like? I'm hopping in there.
40 something, I think.
Okay, and so before that,
God, that
imagine
could be so wrong, which is such a bad look. If I don't know that, but I think 40.
for some reason I was thinking 40 something too.
I think,
so
yeah.
we could both be wrong. But before that, so imagine we saw the white men's league. Imagine white lady sports.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
The first. So all right. So I was thinking about that. So because of Title IX, a result of it was one, women's teams would get proper funding from schools and everything.
Yeah.
But a big part of it was women's sports just became more popular. Like women started playing sports now. Girls got more into sports. Those first teams must have been hard to watch.
Dude, it must have been brutal. Like today's women's sports are tough to watch. Imagine back then. Today's like women's basketball looks like the original men's basketball, where they're like looking at the floor.
The 1940s.
They're dribbling with a flat palm.
Yeah, and one hand open like in the back. Everyone just watches them dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No defense.
Yeah,
Dude, it is kind of crazy that before they let women play sports, they let black people in. That's like they hated black people,
Yeah,
and they're like, you know what? It's better than women.
They weren't even people. They weren't even like full people.
Yeah, dude.
And they're like, all right, what is this? That was like gladiators, man versus beast, essentially.
Oh, yeah, and
Even the most woke, even the whitest of knights had to have been like, God damn, for those first couple of women's games. Just, what the fuck am I doing?
yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Let's go to a women's basketball game. And then
It's like,
sit there for 5 minutes. Like, God damn it.
final score 12-10. Yeah.
I do want to see old school women's basketball footage.
No, you don't.
I want to see how bad that is.
That's like 95. WNBA is like 20 years old.
There's no like other league.
I guess you could.
If you have footage of like 1940s women playing basketball, that's got to be the most insane thing.
They were doing other things like making food and being
Yeah,
the foundation of the American household. 1940s women had to, there was a war going on. And
That's
shit.
true. They didn't have the luxury of balling. They couldn't just hoop with their lady friends.